Hello and welcome. My name's Sam and this is the Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for joining me for the first in this week's stamp set of the week's card. And the one you see in front of you is the one we're going to create. Now it is a fantastically sunny, bright day here in Brackley, so making a snowflake card does seem slightly wrong, but if we want to get our Christmas cards out in time and have enough, then we do need to start early. So as I say, this is the card we're going to create, and the stamp set is called One of a Kind, and this, as usual, is my stamped out dies, stamps to check what they're like and how they print. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stamps in total. So you've got a rather large snowflake and then 3 smaller ones and a swirl of snow. And there are 6 sentiments. So you are one of a kind or wonderful friend. The to and the from is 1 stamp. Thanks for your kindness, or thank you for your kindness. A little something just for you. Sending a flurry of happy wishes and hope you have the merriest of seasons ever are the sentiments for this stamp set. And this is the stamp set, and it does come with a die, and it comes in a really cute tiny little envelope, and this is the die. So you get this outline, and then you get the oh hello, sorry about that. You peel off, you get this detailed version. So I have one over here so you can see. So that is the die all cut out, the 2 dies. Right, so let's move on with today's card. And I'm not a great fan of one sheet wonders. However, when you're trying to create loads of Christmas cards, then a one sheet wonder can be an ideal thing to do. So what you do is you get yourself a big huge piece of A4 paper, stamp all over it, and then cut it down. I could have done that, but I haven't with this one. What I've done is I'll bring in my supplies. I have myself a piece of lemon lime twist, which is 8 inches by 5 3/4, and I have scored at the 4-inch mark, which I will burnish, she says, if she can see what I've done with my bone folder. It was here a second ago. That's what happens when you tidy things away. Okay, I'm sure it will appear to me in a second. I then have a pretty peacock. Is it pretty peacock? No, it's shaded spruce piece of matte. This is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. Then I have the white cardstock, which measures 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. I have 2 pieces of that, one for the outside and one for the inside. And then I have the strip for the sentiment. Now the strip measures, I found it, 1 inches by 5 1/4, and I have found my bone folder. It was just by my left elbow. See, all these things are always in front of you, if only you look. Right, okay, so what we need to do is we're just going to use the first piece, and we literally are going to cover, as you would if it was an A4 piece of paper, all over this piece of white card. So the colours I have chosen to use today for it. Now normally white, you would go for blue for a snowflake, and sometimes it's difficult to go for other things, so I've gone for the greens. So let's hope. So I have Shy Shamrock, I have Granny Apple Green, I have Shaded Spruce, and I have Lemon Lime Twist. So what I normally do is the smaller the stamp, the darker the colour. So I have got a really tiny snowflake there. So the lighter the colour, which is Lemon Lime Twist, I've got my big snowflake, and then I've got the twirls, which I'm going to do in Shy Shamrock, and then my next snowflake will be in Granny Apple Green. So the first thing to do is put approximately 3 of the larger versions onto the card. Now what I like to do is I'd obviously work in odd numbers. I just want to see what it works. Do I like the darker or the lighter? We'll go for the darker and see how we go. So gently tapping the stamp with the ink pad, and then I'm just going to put 3 onto here, and 1, gentle, let's try 2, and then the next one is up here, 3. Okay, so when you've done that, you can then fill in. So I'm going to take my chamois and just clean that off quickly, and then I will bring my next size in, which is the swirl, which is the Shy Shamrock. Okay, so the swirl goes in. Now very gentle with this, otherwise if you press too hard it does leave like an ink mark, so I just gently touch, gently down. Okay, so gently touch and then work out where you want these to go. These ones you could probably afford about 5. 2, 3. Let's have a look. 4. And then, as you can see, always stamp off the page as well. That way it looks more random than, you know, you've worked out how you're going to put it on. So we're going to clean that off with my chamois, and then we're going to come in with our next one, which is Granny Apple Green, and this is the slightly larger of the 2 small snowflakes. So we're going to have 1 there. Again, you can probably get about 5 of these on. 2, 3, 4. Where else could I put one? I'm going to put one up down here, I think. And then I'm just going to tap. There we go. So it's off the page. So that's that one. And then last but by no means least, we have the shaded spruce. And you could put odd numbers of up to 7 or even 9, depending on how full you want your page to be. So obviously if you're doing this with a larger sheet, then you can obviously get more snowflakes, numbers of snowflakes on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put one down here, 6, and I can probably get another one up there, 7. Okay, so there we are. It is all well done. Now I'm going to just pop that aside and just add a few details to the inside. So again, I'm going to use the shaded spruce with my larger of the 2 smaller, no, the smallest snowflakes. So this is 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I'll whirl that off, and then I'm going to bring back in my swirl, and I'm probably going to use my, let's use the Granny Apple Green. So the swirl, so gentle, 1, 2, let's see if we can go this way, 3, there we are. So there is our inside. So the first thing we can do is turn that over and attach our glue. So this one is the stamping seal, and that will go on the inside of the card. Okay, so that goes straight down like so. Then we can bring that over. We now can put the shaded spruce on, and I'm going to attach that with my multi-purpose. Oh, I just got a bit stuck there, so put that over there. Come on, move aside, thank you. Right. So that wriggles over onto there. And as it is so early on in the season, I don't actually have a Merry Christmas or that kind of sentiment from the new cards or new stamp sets. So what I'm going to do is I will stamp using a old stamp set that's got a sentiment in it. And I'm going to use the one which is Season's Greetings. Okay, so that will go onto there. Now obviously if you had done an A4 and you'd cut it down to 3.5 and 5 1/4, you would have been able to create 4 of these. Okay, so this is the sentiment, and it's probably just going to sit somewhere about there. And all I've got to do now is decide on which sentiment I'm going to, sorry, not which sentiment, which colour I'm going to use. So there's the Season's Greetings. I'm going to stamp that onto my block. Don't think I need that piece. There we go. All right, and I probably will use the shaded spruce. So stamp that up. I'm going to stamp it in the middle, straight down, straight up. So that works really well. Now if you want to, let's pop these aside so I don't get ink all over them. So on here you've got a gap here and a gap here, so you could, if you wanted to, add a bit of snowflakes or swirls onto it, whichever you prefer, or a piece of bling. That one on the blue version I have stuck down. You could obviously raise it with dimensionals. So let's raise this one with the dimensionals. So it is slightly different from our original. So I'm just using 3, so that's 1 in the middle and 2, or 1 either end. And then I'm just going to work out where I need to pop it. So obviously it's up to you where you place your sentiment. So, oopsie daisy, let's try that again. So there we go, all the way across there. And there is our card. She says, just look a touch wonky, so bear with me. Let's straighten it up slightly. There we go. Right, okay, so that is the version we've just created, and here's our previous one. So thank you ever so much for joining me today. I'm back again on Wednesday for our second card in this stamp set of the week, One of a Kind. So if you're around, I'd love you to join me, and if not, I will hope to catch up with you very soon. Take care and lots of love.